Right, what would you like to know? Okay.
Everything.
So, I started building this truck in December of 2009. I built it from scratch, the whole deal. And I finished it in sort of January, February 2012. So 26, 27 months later. So nearly 4,000 hours to make it and get it on the road. So I used 10 sheets, 8x4 sheets of steel to construct the body. It's we've travelled 40,046 kilometres in it, so we use it quite regularly. The colour is peculiar green. It's a colour we mixed in-house, just because we're drinking a bit out of green beer bottles and we wanted to emulate the beer bottle, you know. So it's got a 5-litre Ford motor, Ford transmission, C4 Corvette rear end in it. It's a great car. It's cool. Really neat to drive. Yeah.
So, what's the powerhouse in it?
That 5-litre Ford. Yep.
What's all been done to the motor?
What's that?
What's all been done to the motor?
Aluminum heads. I can't remember what size cam. I don't know nothing about engines. As long as you turn the key and it goes, it's all cool with me. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So we've got like Mini Cooper headlights in it. Yeah. What else? What else? Motorcycle mirrors. Big truck clearance lights for the tail lights. So, you know, it's a whole bunch of different things that sort of come together to make it work, to make it flow.
Is there any part of it that you didn't do by hand?
No, all the body is made by hand.
Okay.
Yep.
And what's the frame again?
The frame?
Yeah.
I used Toyota frame rails, and then I made everything else in between to fit the Ford engine, the Corvette rear end, the transmission, front suspension, all that stuff. Yeah, it's cool. It's a whole mongrel of different things.
Okay, so what's your business called?
Big Shed Customs, and we're in White Deer, Texas. Yeah, we shifted to America 7 months ago. We shipped this over, and it got here might have been August or something like that last year, and so we're just taking around a few car shows, see what's going on, have some fun. It's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when you say shifted from Australia?
New Zealand. Australians talk funny. We shipped it from New Zealand, from Auckland, New Zealand to Houston. So that took about 5 weeks on the container ship.
So you're originally from New Zealand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have a business there? Or?
Yeah, Big Shed Customs.
Okay.
So I sort of just followed us over, really. Yeah. It's cool. It's good.
Well, nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise.
Slumber of the night, I stumble to you.
What's up? I'm Anthony Bronner. I've got Hardcore Fab, and this is Hookers and Blow. It's our 1946 Chevy Pickup. It's a custom chassis rat rod wrecker truck. Of course, you got the blown motor sticking up there through the hood. Underneath the blower is an LS, a 6-liter. And we got that backed with a 4L80 transmission and a 14-bolt rear end. So we did a full custom chassis on it. We also did full custom cantilever air ride on the front. Did a solid axle out of a 4-wheel drive Chevy Pickup, and we actually did a retube on that to make our solid front axle work for the front end here. Kind of gave the front grille a little bit of a rake right there in the center to kind of rake the nose of it out just a little bit. Since the whole truck is sitting so low, we had to do some sheet metal work on the inside of it there to have a tunnel for the transmission to go through there. Originally, the truck had the transmission and everything down below the floor, so all that stuff had to be made from scratch.
Cool.
So since we did all of that sheet metal work on the inside, we went ahead and painted up the whole inside of it, so we can take it and open up the door and get you a peek of that inside there. We went full show and shine inside there, and I kind of like the difference from the old to the new going on there. Past there, we've got some tail lights up here on the top. The tail lights on the top there are actually from an old Plymouth Fury, I think is what they're off of. And they just happen to match the roof line just perfect. So they went on there for our marker lights and everything to be on the back like you would see on any normal record. On the bed back here in the back, we actually made the bed from scratch, and the signs on the side there are actually hand bead rolled signs that we made in our shop. They're not old original signs because I couldn't afford to cut up a $3,000 sign for each side of the truck to have it on the bed, so we had to make them. On the rear tires, we've got some 22.5 semi tires and wheels on there. We've got an 8 to 10 lug adapter on the 14 bolt rear end back there to be able to mount those onto the truck. And back here is an old boom. Most people think it's an original boom, but we actually made that as well. The pieces on it we made from an old hay rake that's been laying out in the field for years and years. And that is pretty much Hookers and Blow, I guess.
Everything I am, everything inside, I give it all to you.
Hi, I'm Brandon with ICT Billet. Here at the show today, we've got our 05 Lamborghini Gallardo. A few things that we did to it we'll go over here. The car came to us with a blown engine, literally windowed the block. So we had to make a decision what to do. So we decided to put an LS3, GM Performance Parts LS3 crate engine in it. We gapped the rings, put a cam in it, did the valve train and supporting components for that. So we could put a pair of Precision 5862 turbos on it with 46mm wastegates and associated blow-off valves. Coinciding with that, we decided to run a Haltech Nexus engine management system and all supporting components. We're running a TIC Performance blow-through intercooler setup to try to keep our intake air temps down. We did use a super light race cars transmission adapter so we could mount the LS3 engine to the factory Graziano gearbox that the Lamborghini uses. We're trying to keep power levels down. Right now it's on a 6-pound spring on pump gas, making about 650 horsepower, which we will turn up with, we've got a fuel composition meter on it. We're gonna put some E85 in it, and we're gonna set up some geared boosts. So we'll probably hit about 15 pounds approximately and stop it at about 850, 900 horsepower just to keep the gearbox alive. So the car did come to us wrapped like it is. We went through the brakes and suspension and everything before we did the swap. Of course, built all of our own mounts. Had to figure out some things with the accessory drive to make it all work together, but she's a blast. She's turnkey. We're gonna hit up a couple more shows this year. We'll go to LS Fest, some Grid Life events, and just kind of tour around and play with it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
You didn't want to start it up and drive it out?
Yes, I do want to start my